There's a city in Turkey that's done a lot for Syrian refugees. So much that it was up for a Nobel Peace Prize in 2016. Kilis, which hosts more refugees than its entire Turkish population, is just one example of how Turkey's dealing with humans fleeing from unimaginably difficult situations. Turkey hosts more refugees than any other country, and many are from its neighbor, Syria. Since 252 people fled the conflict and crossed the border back in April 2011, there's been an open-door policy. Of the 4.3 million refugees living in Turkey, 3.5 million are Syrian. And with over 1 million kids in total, Turkey's the top child refugee hosting country in the world. There are people from many different religions and ethnicities, including Christians, Yazidis, Armenians, Sunni and Shia Muslims, and more than 400,000 Syrian Kurds. What's life like for them all? Well, only 7% actually live in camps, which are equipped with mental health professionals. The rest have spread throughout the country, living in cities like Istanbul, Şanlıurfa, Hatay, Gaziantep, and of course, Kilis. They enjoy free healthcare and education. They can also apply for work permits so they can provide for themselves and their families. Let's look at some of the numbers. Until now, nearly 1.5 million Syrians received inpatient treatment in Turkish hospitals, and 1.2 million have had medical operations. There are 156 Turkish and 109 Syrian doctors, in addition to 186 Turkish and 137 Syrian health professionals. Since the beginning of the war, more than 300,000 Syrian babies were born in Turkey. 381,000 Syrian refugees continue their education in Turkish state schools. 222,000 refugees go to temporary education centers, while 87,000 receive vocational training. In 2017, around 7,000 Syrians opened up businesses with their own capital, and 751 more people were given work permits to open up businesses as well. Overall, 6,132 Syrian refugees have been given work permits since the beginning of the war. Turkey's total expenditure has reached more than $31 billion since the beginning of the war in Syria. On a local governance level, municipalities across Turkey have allocated around $6.5 billion to help those in need. NGOs in Turkey have also done their part, spending around $1.2 billion for humanitarian purposes. Some of these NGOs include the Turkish Red Crescent, the Humanitarian Relief Foundation, and the Turkey Diyanet Foundation. The humanitarian aid into Syria has been transported around the country by 39,373 trucks. Another 18,305 trucks carrying UN humanitarian aid have also been transferred to Nusaybin, Onjupınar, and Cilvegözü camps. There's even a path to citizenship if they want it, but for many, the dream is to simply return home. To that end, the Euphrates Shield and Olive Branch operations established a safe zone spanning more than 2,000 square kilometers. Several areas were completely freed from Daesh, YPG, and PKK terrorists, allowing for around 140,000 Syrians to return home from Turkey. Since 2011, the aid provided by Turkey for refugees has reached an all-time high. The European Union offered to help share the financial load with a promised 6 billion euros, but so far has fallen short. Despite this, Turkish naval patrols have helped stem the flow of migrants and refugees trying to cross the Aegean Sea, cutting the number of illegal crossings into Europe from 7,000 people a day to less than 1,000 a month, as part of the 2016 deal between Turkey and the EU. And finally, Turkey is one of the largest donors of international humanitarian assistance, second only to the US. However, if we take GDP into account, Turkey's aid surpasses the US 25-fold. So, isn't it time for the nations with more to stand with Turkey and do more?